Yes, it all started out as a mild curiosity in the junkyard.
There are some corners of the universe which have read the most terrible things.
Go away.
Always remembering, of course, not to reverse the polarity of the neutron.
Change, my dear. And it seems on a moment too soon.
Decision.
Don't worry, it's bigger on the inside.
Doctor Who.
Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saying the word?
More than a big fool. I'm wine.
I always read the instruction.
Kidneys! How can you kidneys?
Would you like a jelly baby?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Welcome to episode 205 of Doctor Who Time and Space with me, Lewis Moon.
And me, Dr. Cool.
If you're unaware, this is a weekly Doctor Who podcast where we talk all things Doctor Who, classic and new, and we hope you enjoy it.
Hopefully you will do. We always enjoy doing the show, so that's
we
the
do,
main
yes.
thing.
It's very enjoyable doing it for you guys.
So if you enjoy it as much as we do, then everybody's a winner.
Yes.
What do we have on this week's show, Mr. Moon?
We are going to be a fortnight away from its premiere. We are going to be discussing what we know so far about Series 10 in an episode-by-episode guide to the upcoming series.
We'll also be having a look back at the John Pertwee classic story, Doctor Who and the Silurians.
We've got some quite exciting news this week.
And for the final time before the new series, we will be pressing the magic random. Usually, around this point in the show, we have a little bit of a general chit-chat around what we've been doing, Who-related or geek-related or whatever. What have you been up to?
I have been doing a few things. I watched Under the Lake again last week.
Okay.
The first episode, yes, the first part of the Capaldi story, Under the Lake Before the Flood. I will be watching Before the Flood tonight.
Okay.
But Under the Lake is a very good story.
Yeah, I really like that one. Particularly the two parts. I mean, I've only seen the story once when it first aired. I really enjoyed the first part of it. The second part was still good, but it because I was expecting it to go in a different direction than it did. I think I wanted more of the same, and it sort of went off on a tangent, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy the second part quite as much. But I think probably if I went into it knowing the direction it was going to take, I probably would enjoy the second half more.
It was one of those ones which is better the second time, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, the second part is... I love it. It's just quite exciting, isn't it? Quite fast-moving. It's quite different than most of the episodes. Definitely the first part is quite different to most of the episodes in that series, because most of them are just talky, sort of...
Yeah.
Quite slow episodes.
I think what it is with me is I think they brought the Fisher King in as this really cool looking villain, and then
Underused him.
And then so very much underused him to the extent that even the final scene where you see him getting bumped off was actually used in the trailer.
I know.
Which seems very, very bizarre. You know, the bit when the dam bursts and the water smashes into him. They used that in the trailer, and it's like, well, you know.
I love Under the Lake though. It's very creepy, and of course the cliffhanger is very creepy with the Doctor being possessed by the sort of ghost creatures. Yeah,
but particularly of all of them, I think it's Paul Kaye's character looks particularly creepy, and yet he's actually quite cute, isn't he? When you get to meet him in his actual self.
He's very creepy in the episode.
Yeah, so I really liked that story.
Yeah.
You like to watch any other ones from last season before the new season starts? As a reminder?
Maybe not. I mean, we are watching Heaven Sent Hell Bent in a couple of weeks' time to celebrate the launch.
Yeah.
And just to refresh ourselves after the latest series comes along. But I don't think I'll be watching any. Do you think I should watch any others? Because I only have space for one.
You might struggle with time now a bit, mightn't you? Yeah. Sleep No More.
Oh, no. April Fool's Day when we're filming this.
It is indeed.
And I did release a new video this week, and that is on the Mr. Lewis Moon YouTube account. and it's a video why I love Paradise Towers.
Yeah. Excellent. Do you want to make any comment about that?
It's just talking about why I love Paradise Towers. Or if you're listening to this after April the 1st, why I made up that fact.
Which I think actually, by the time this episode airs, April the 1st will have gone past 12 o'clock in all areas, so I think it's worth owning up to your mischief.
Yes. Yeah, so I must say that it is an April Fool's video, and it is just for a joke and everything. But, you know, I just made it up, and basically I just said the opposite of everything in Doctor Who, saying everything good is bad, everything bad is good.
What about your big finish? Any more of those?
I purchased Jago and Lightfoot this week,
Ooh.
Volume 1, and I'm planning on listening to that in a few weeks' time. My first proper big finish box set, actually. I bought it on download because there was a £5 difference, and the sale has ended now. I did tell you guys last week if you wanted to buy it, but if not, it's a bit too late now. If you want Jago and Lightfoot, it's gone up to like £20 or over.
So how much did you pay for it?
£10.
That's a bargain, isn't it?
I know.
How many discs are there in it?
4 stories.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Hopefully you'll enjoy them.
Hopefully I will. I mean,
Are they all full-parters?
I don't know. I guess they're hour long or something.
Okay,
are they?
yeah.
Or just over an hour. Usually they're hour long.
I don't know too much about the Jago and Lightfoot.
No.
Obviously I remember the characters from Talons of Wang Chiang, but I mean, are they, from what you can gather from looking at the boxes, are they got sort of like a sci-fi theme to them, or are they based
I don't really
around?
know. I'll tell you in a few weeks' time.
Yeah. Okay.
But there is one which does have the Sixth Doctor in, Colin Baker.
Oh really?
Does
Playing the Sixth Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, finished The Girl Who Never Was this week.
Okay.
Very good audio story.
Yeah.
Sort of closing Charlotte Pollard's story.
Okay.
Who I think Paul McGann and India Fisher are a brilliant pairing, and they've got brilliant voices for audio.
Yeah.
They sound so soothing.
Yeah. No,
And
definitely.
everything. So, and now I've finished that, all 4 parts of that done, I think I'm going to finally be moving on to Robophobia this week.
Okay, which one was that
I've
again?
been wanting to listen to this one for ages. It's a Sylvester McCoy one, the Vok Robots.
Okay, yeah.
And Nicola Walker's first episode. I downloaded it near the beginning of the year, but in February, I think. But and it's like 2 months after purchase. I was planning on watching that, listening to that before The Girl Who Never Was, but I found out that I'd forgot to download it.
Oh right, okay.
So I've downloaded it now.
Yeah.
So I can listen to that. If not, Jago and Lightfoot will come a little bit earlier.
Yeah, brilliant. What about watching things? Anything else to report that you've watched?
Not Doctor Who related.
Any other geek related stuff you want to
Probably
talk about?
not, no.
Okay.
Have you got anything to talk about this week?
I'll tell you what we did watch, and which we could probably talk about now, is we watched Pond Life.
Oh yes.
Yeah, didn't we? Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Pond Life.
We'd seen it before a long time
We
ago,
had,
but we just
yeah.
fancied, wasn't they? This
They
was like about a
are,
minute
yeah.
long at the most.
It was on our Silurians DVD that we were
that's
watching, so...
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. It's a little bit way. I mean, it was all a big
It
build-up,
is,
wasn't
yeah.
it, to the
Silent.
strains on the relationship between Rory and Amy that formed the background to the Sign with the Daleks
Yes,
story.
it does, yeah.
Yeah, enjoyable episode written by none other than Chris Chibnall.
Yes, it is. Brilliant new showrunner.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to report?
Not really. I mean, I've just been more of the same for me, really. Still watching, getting towards the end now of The Walking Dead.
One more left.
Slowly but surely heating up a little bit, but still not the most exciting series, if truth be told. Although it's been alright. It's been alright. It's been some good
It's not
stuff.
meant to be as good though. They've lost viewers, haven't they?
I think they have lost viewers. I think it was inevitable because of the direction the story had to go in before it would build up again. I'm sure that the viewers will come back, but it has been a bit of a slow burner, this one.
Has it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably sort of reminiscent in many respects of the viewer response for Game of Thrones when it went to season 5. So
Okay.
that was like people not quite so keen on it. But that's the other thing I've been watching. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones again. Just started season 2 now, so
Okay,
I've passed
cool.
the big epic, without saying any spoilers, the big epic episode 9 of the first season.
Ooh, okay.
Which is a game changer, a Game of Thrones changer.
Wow.
But aside from that, that's probably about all I wanted to really talk about.
Okay.
So if you're ready, we can move on to the news.
Yes, let's discuss the news after this short ident. So then, it's all heating up now, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Here we are on the week where we begin our 4-month run of Series 10 articles.
Yep.
So we've got, or 3 months, I can't think. But we've got I think we've got 4 months worth of articles, so we've got a lot to talk through.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? This
It
season.
has,
Obviously
yeah.
we've had
16 months.
Yeah, but you've lasted really well.
Yes, and we've lasted really well on the podcast with
Yeah.
only 1 episode of Doctor Who with the return of Doctor Mysterio.
Yeah.
We've been doing quite well discussing non-Series 10 related things. I must say it was a big challenge trying to fill the timetable up for 2016, and it's actually the hardest in 2017.
Not as hard as it's going to be next year. We
Yeah.
have another year out,
I
pretty
know.
much.
But it was exciting. It's good to have the series back in a fortnight's time, so 2 weeks, 14 days or less. And here today we're talking about some exciting news, some surprising news, and
far
some
away there,
interesting news, as well as some non-Series 10 related news and some new Doctor rumours.
Okay, so what we got first then?
Synopsis.
Okay, synopsis time. Wowza, we are getting close.
We've not had the synopsises here for a while now.
Yeah.
But the synopsis for the pilot, the opening story of Series 10, has been released, which, by the way, guys, Dawn comes out this week, so we should have titles for episodes 2 and 3 at least
Okay.
this week. You've not heard this, have you?
No, I haven't, no. Have you
Okay.
read it already?
Yeah, it's quite a brief synopsis.
Okay.
It doesn't tell us much new, but 2 worlds collide when the Doctor meets Bill. A chase encounter with a girl with a star in her eye leads to a terrifying chase across time and space. Bill's mind is open to a universe that is bigger and more exciting than she could possibly have imagined. But who is the Doctor, and what is his secret mission with Nardole on Earth?
Ooh.
What do you think of that synopsis, Mr. Cole?
Doesn't really say too much, does it? I think one thing that jumps out to me, we've been talking all along about the Daleks and what sort of role they're going to play in it, and I would suggest from that it's going to be quite a small part.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's just to fit in with the killer puddle somehow.
Yeah. So, and I think that'd be good. We don't really need a big Dalek story.
We don't know. What do you think is Nardole and the Doctor's secret mission on Earth?
Don't know. Really. It'll probably end up being an story arc.
Yeah, because we heard rumours this week from Radio Times, which was saying that the Doctor would be stranded on Earth in a sort of Pertwee-esque situation for at least the first episode of Series 10.
Okay. That's not really being stranded. He's probably been stranded on Earth for an episode before, isn't he?
No, but I mean, he's been stranded there for a while, that's what I mean.
Okay, I see what you mean, yeah.
How would he get to the Dalek spacecraft or whatever that
Yeah,
is?
time will tell.
Time will tell. I'm guessing it's just I don't know. It would be good to see an Exile sort of scenario again, because watching the Pertwee ones, it's clear that it was one of the highlighted eras of the 70s, the Exile period.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I mean,
It's amazing.
we've said on the podcast a number of times, but that first series of Pertwee, as well as the second series, are sort of some of the finest series we've ever had.
Yes, I think the first Pertwee series is the second best series of all time.
Yeah.
Or, no, maybe, second best of Classic Who. at least.
Excellent.
So it airs Saturday 15th of April on BBC One, with the time to be confirmed next week. So on next week's show, we will be revealing what the time slot is for that. What time's your ideal time? What do you think it will be?
The two things differ. I think it will be... I reckon it's going to be about 7:30. Actually, no, probably 7:30's about right.
Yeah, I would love 7:30. I think 7:30's perfect. I'm guessing 7 though.
Oh, yeah?
7 till 7 or 7:30.
Yeah.
So some point between then, if not 7:15 till 8.
Yeah. I just take that. I don't care what time it's on. I just want them to settle on a time. I get fed up with the episodes moving around
as long as
to accommodate everything else.
Yeah, as long as it's on no earlier than 7, then
right. Yeah.
I would like it.
Yeah. It'd be a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of the transport issues for both of us. Isn't
Not
it?
really no later than 8:30 because
Yeah.
that would scare away the children audience.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
But also alongside this was a new teaser, sort of a fan-made teaser.
Yep.
A very brief fan-made teaser for the upcoming series.
Okay.
What did you think of this? I mean, we've had a couple of these now released.
Yeah, I thought they were good fun. They were quite well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I mean, it's
And they're very simplistic.
Yeah, they are very. I think they're done by John Smith VFX, who did things like Hulock a few years back.
Okay.
That was amazing. Basically, have you ever seen that?
That's the Sherlock and Doctor Who spin-off, yeah?
Yes, it's Scott, Benedict Cumberbatch and Matt Smith sort of, it's like montage clips. And
that's right.
Sherlock's in the TARDIS. It's very, very clever.
Yeah, no, it was very well done.
He's
yeah.
also done some brilliant trailers and stuff. He
Yeah.
did that Rain clip, can you remember that? It was like a teaser trailer, fan-made teaser trailer of Peter Capaldi and Clara.
Okay.
For his first series, and Clara was coming in from the rain, and
Right.
Peter Capaldi. It looked brilliant.
Yeah.
But he has done amazing things. One clip was they're both narrated by Paul McKee.
Yeah.
He plays Bill.
Is it the same narrations that they used in the previous teasers that the BBC officially
No.
released? Oh, okay.
They're new clips of sound.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, and I like how the trailers are sort of taking that sort of form of her narrating them most of the time.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
But one of them, the TARDIS is surrounded by a bunch of tanks.
Right.
Tanks are shooting, TARDIS leaves, and the tanks sort of destroy each other or something. Bill sort of narrates things there. And the second one was about the sonic screwdriver and the Doctor destroying a not so powerful Dalek.
Okay.
Which, do you think, it said he uses it to fix things. Do you think that could be a hint to what's coming with Daleks?
No,
Fixing?
The sonic screwdriver, he doesn't so much fix things, he uses them to get out of all danger.
Yes, he does.
He uses it to get out of anything.
Yeah.
I'm a bit bored of the sonic screwdriver, if I'm being honest with you. I think it'd be difficult to get rid of it, but it does seem to be a bit of a cop-out for being able to get out of it.
Yeah, it needs to be there.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have it, you know?
Yeah.
Without the sonic screwdriver, because that's one of the most iconic things
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Doctor Who. Like the TARDIS, if you got rid of the TARDIS, you couldn't do that.
No,
So,
that's right.
Interesting teasers there, but doesn't tell us much about the series. Let's move on to possibly our most intriguing news article this week.
Right.
An unexpected news article. Bill Potts is set to be Doctor Who's first ever openly gay companion.
Okay.
So, the new series of Doctor Who will see the Time Lord joined by his first openly gay companion. Bill Potts' sexuality will be revealed pretty much straight away in her second line of dialogue when the show returns to BBC One on the 15th of April. She says, "It shouldn't be a big deal in the 21st century. It's about time, isn't it? Or in it, as I think she'd said. Paul McKee, who plays Bill, told the BBC, "That representation is important, especially on a mainstream show." She added, "It's important to say people are gay, people are black. There are also aliens in the world as well, so watch out for them. I remember watching TV as a young mixed race gal, not seeing many people who look like me. So I think being able to visually recognise yourself on screen is important. Being gay is not the main thing that defines her character. It's something that's part of her and something that she's very happy and comfortable with. Gay and bisexual characters have featured in Doctor Who before, such as Captain Jack and River Song, but this is the first time the Doctor's companion has been openly gay." Let's talk about this then.
Okay.
What do you think?
I can see why they've done it. I don't have any objections to it. It makes a good talking point. I think that it's, I don't know, it feels a bit like they're trying to roll in all of the inequalities issues into a single character. So
Yeah.
it's a sort of ethnic gay woman. You know, all it needed to have was need a wheelchair
Or a
something as well.
disability of some
That's
sort.
right, and you need to have the full house. But so it feels a little bit forced,
It
but
does.
you know, if it helps the cause, then I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
We were saying earlier that it wasn't very popular in class.
Yeah,
Because
they did that bit in class, didn't they? With a number of the characters ticked off various different
yes.
equality
I mean, we're sorry to
things.
be nattering on about class because we promised after episode 200 we'd never talk about class again.
Again.
Let's say this. After episode 205 of Doctor Time and Space, we never mention class ever again unless it's confirmed for a second series, which it won't be. I think it's quite a change, isn't it, for a companion here, because it's the first time. Do you think it's a daring move?
I don't know, daring. It's a predictable move in many respects.
Yeah. But do you think it'll work? Do you think they'll fail at it? Do you think they'll fail at it?
Oh, sorry, I didn't remember to
sorry.
ask me a question.
No,
I
sorry.
thought you were mid-sentence.
No,
Do
sorry.
I think they'll fail at it? No, I think it will work.
Yes.
I just, I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to seeing Bill and seeing her in full action. I'm still a little bit undecided on her.
Paul McKee seems alright. She seems quite nice.
Yeah, it's not any against Pearl. It's just I'm not. The character still I find a little bit irritating from the handful of clips I've seen.
What do you think of the new brief clips we saw in the trailer the clip for her interview?
It looks okay. She certainly seems very enthusiastic.
She
And
does,
that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, I've got here Empire magazine.
Yes.
And as well as SFX this month, Doctor Who, if you flick to page 72, it's got a lot about Doctor Who in Empire, and it's got a couple of pages worth of new pictures. It's got a picture of the Doctor in a spacesuit. It's got a picture of the emoji bots.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, from the back of them. It's got a picture of the Daleks.
Yep.
The Doctor in the TARDIS. Pictures we discussed last week, and Bill and the Doctor in Victorian outfits.
Ah, no, good. So worth picking up that.
Worth picking up that. It's also got Guardians of the Galaxy on the front, so that's how you find it.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to say about this new news?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Next Doctor then.
Yep.
That's possibly one of our main things we're talking about. Every week we're sort of talking about new Doctor.
It's only gonna get more and more, isn't it?
Yes, and every week since it's been announced that Capaldi's been leaving, we've had some sort of rumour or some sort of rumoured person to be interviewed, or bookies' favourites, or something like that.
That's right.
This week we've got a new favourite at the top, and it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Okay. I didn't actually know who this was until you showed me.
No. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has emerged as the bookies' latest actor to take the role of the 13th Doctor. The Fleabag star has rapidly risen to favourite this week. She now rivals Chris Marshall, who maintained weeks at the top. Waller-Bridge previously worked with incoming Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall on Series 2 of Broadchurch, playing Abby. Betway said, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is all the rage with the punters at the moment. Her odds of being the next Doctor Who have collapsed from 20-1 to 2-1 since Monday morning, and we're on red alert, keeping an eye out for any more telling bets.
No, see, I did think that we were going to see a female Doctor.
Yes.
But after those comments that Chris Chibnall made a little while back about... I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but he said
want
something
it to be a gimmick.
Yeah, like exactly that. So I'm not 100% sure he will. I got a feeling he might do during his run, but I reckon his first Doctor will be a male.
Okay, well, as we said before, it would be a very, very daring move to have a female. We would, it would be good to... We don't really want Chibnall to be sort of ruined by that, but we think that... Well, I think that maybe the first Doctor may be like a Christopher Eccleston style Doctor, the first female Doctor, and only stay 1 or 2 series, I believe.
You reckon?
My theory would be, and then that would be a test run.
Would you like to ever see a Doctor stay there for as long as, say, Tom Baker did?
Unless they're terrible, then yes. I would have loved to see Pete Capaldi in the role for 7 years.
I'd like to see him for longer.
Yeah, I mean, I wished he could have broken that 3-year or 4-year time which all of the Doctors seem to serve nowadays.
I know, it's a bit predictable, isn't it?
At most.
Yeah.
So, we kind of expected he was going to leave.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping whenever we get the next really good Doctor, we get them for more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the bookies list then? The bookies top 5?
Please.
Bookies
top 5.
So Chris Marshall and Phoebe Waller-Bridge are tying at number 1 this week. So they're both very high.
Yep.
David Howard is another new entry, and he's coming in at number 3. He appeared in Doctor Who before. He would be the first Black Doctor.
Oh, I know what I mean. Yep.
Yes, and he was in The End of Time.
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton has been up there for a few weeks.
Yep.
And she's been in various things like The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, as well as the Doctor Strange, which is one of her recent roles.
Oh, okay.
She would be very suited to the role as a Doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
Possibly my favourite female choice.
Yep, and mine.
And Olivia Colman is at 5th. Broadchurch star who also appeared in The 11th Hour. I don't know. Would you mind her?
Yeah, I don't really know too much of her. I've seen bits of Broadchurch. I've
Yes.
never really sat and watched it, and she seems okay in that, but I much prefer Hilary Swinton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tilda,
sorry, yeah.
Hillary Swinton.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think.
Hillary Clinton.
No, I don't. No, I'm trying to think. I think Hilary Swinton is. I've probably got her name wrong as well. I think she's the actress from $1 Million Baby.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Well,
I thought you meant Hillary Clinton.
No,
Oh,
she'd be a good Doctor Who, wouldn't she? But no, I think it's just me as always getting my names
She'd probably
confused.
lose the bookies bet.
Yeah.
Anyway, new I Saw Her episode details revealed. I forgot about
Is
this.
Hillary Clinton in it?
No. Empire Magazine have released new details on episode 9 of series 10, which will be an Ice Warrior story written by Mark Gatiss, as we've known before.
Yeah.
Empire describes the episode as a Jules Verne-ish spectacle.
Oh, okay.
With scenes on Mars, it features a Martian mine, red sand, and a giant futuristic drill-like weapon of mysterious provenance. There is a conflict between Zulu War-era British soldiers and an awakened horde of ice warriors.
I'm still a bit baffled by this.
Yes, I know.
But there we have it, yeah.
A pivotal three-way face-off with the Doctor, British troops and the Ice Warrior turns on a key intervention by new companion Bill. At one point, an Ice Warrior is referred to as an upright crocodile. Let's talk this then. So, Zulu War era.
Yeah.
What sort of time is that? What year?
I'm not
Sort of
sure on the
period?
years. I can remember Zulu, the film. I'm just not sure how it's going to be a historical-based one.
Well, it's partly historical, but part of it's based on Mars.
Yeah,
part
that's
of
what I was thinking.
I'm glad we're seeing more Ice Warriors than just one this year.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because if we'd have seen one, like the new type of Ice
Yeah.
Warrior, just the new type of Ice Warrior,
Yeah.
I mean. Do you think we'll see Skaldak again, or...?
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I would like that.
yeah.
Probably, I think I'd probably like to see Skaldak in a future one.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
What are your thoughts on this?
I'm just a bit baffled by the whole Zulu thing, but I do like the concept. I like what they've been saying about it, and it's been interesting to get some more information about the Ice Warriors episode.
Yes, Mark Gatiss hasn't been very pleasing in his episodes recently.
No.
So,
The last couple have not been great, have they?
no, Sleep No More, Robot Sherwood, not that great. Crimson
No.
Horror's his best.
Yeah.
He also did Adventure in Space and Time.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to
right.
remember
That's
how
on his
brilliant.
A lot of kudos just for that alone. Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Any more news?
I think one final bit.
Okay. That's with Stuart Knockville.
No.
That's a shame.
Temporal Logbook 2.
What's that?
We mentioned this a few months ago, actually. And Pencil Tip Publishing have announced they will be accepting completed stories for inclusion in the Temporal Logbook 2 for one day and one day only.
Mm.
Saturday, May the 6th, 2017, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As with the original short story collection, the second volume will feature 12 original stories by new and up-incoming writers. All 12 incarnations of the Doctor will be featured, with a story dedicated to that particular incarnation. For the open submission day, they are looking for stories featuring Doctors 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 10. So that's Patrick Troughton, Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Paul McGann, Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant.
Which one would you want to write for most of all?
Tom Baker.
Okay, I think although Tom Baker's my favourite Doctor, I think second Doctor's one that
Yes.
entices me in most.
I like to write for the 8th Doctor too, because he doesn't really have much that we've learnt of him. So
Yeah.
it's good to do more of him
Yeah, true.
and work on his... we've only seen one of his proper stories.
Yeah.
The audio is quite easy for him, because
Yeah.
you can just do anything.
Yeah.
Stories should be between 5,000 to 8,000 words.
Okay.
To contribute a story to the Temporal Logbook 2, all you must have to do is submit one completed story. Multiple submissions are not allowed. Provide your full name and email. Include a brief bio telling a bit about yourself and if you've published before or not. You can see the full submission guidelines in the show notes at mrlewismoonadventures.weebly.com, where you can also see all of the news from this week, including you can see those brief new teasers, and you can see how to submit into Temporal Logbook, as well as full details on all of the things we've been talking about.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Okay, and a
Okay.
Paul McKee interview. So that's the news. We're going to move on now to our main feature today, which is our third and final What We Know guide for the upcoming series of Doctor Who. Series 10 then. What do we know? I mean, we've been talking about it enough, so you should really be gathering, but now we're 2 weeks away from the debut of the pilot, and we are here now to gather up all of the news, theories and gossip about Series 10 in an episode, a handy episode by episode guide. So let's begin with some sort of general information.
Okay.
Air dates, obviously April the 15th to July the 1st. And then December the 25th for the Christmas special.
Okay.
We're having 12 episodes and a special, but I put 2 specials in this guide because that's counting Return of Dr. Mysterio.
Yep.
Main cast: Peter Capaldi, Pearl McKee, and Matt Lucas as the Dr. Bill and Nardo. Other cast include Michelle Gomez, Stephanie Hyam, Mina Anwar, Ralph Little, Kaiser Akkar, Jennifer Hennessy, David Suchet, and many others. Writers: Stephen Moffat will be writing 4 episodes this series,
Wowza.
as well as the Christmas special.
It's amazing he hasn't run out of ideas, isn't it, really, Moffat?
It is, yeah.
Maybe he will have. Who knows?
Maybe.
It's rubbish.
Frank Cottrell Boyce, Sarah Dollar, Mike Bartlett, Jamie Matheson, Peter Harness, Toby Whitehouse, Rhoda Monroe, and Mark Gatiss will also be writing 1 story each, which there's quite a lot of writers this series.
It is, isn't it? I guess we have got that extra complication, which we'll probably come on to in a minute, but with one of them being a 3-parter, which is like a sort of multi-writer episode.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Directors then. I think they're all directing 2 episodes each.
Yep.
Lawrence Goff, Bill Anderson, Charles Palmer, Wayne Yip, Daniel Nettian, and Rachel Tallahay.
So the 3-parter that we've talked about, is that going to be directed by 2 different people then?
Suppose so.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Suppose Wayne Yip's directing one and Daniel Nettian will be directing the other.
And we still don't know, when we say a 3-parter, do we mean a 3-parter in the same way as a continuing story like, say, Doctor Who and the Silurians that we watched earlier, or do we mean a continuing story in a similar vein to Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, and Hal Bent, which were actually stories in their own right, weren't they?
But 3-parters at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm guessing all of these will be linked by Truth Month somehow.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing are the story arc for this series. Okay, trailers then.
Okay.
We've had 3 trailers now.
Yeah.
We've had the Series 10 Christmas trailer.
Yeah.
Which is broadcast at Return of Dr. Mysterio. Time for Heroes teaser. And the latest trailer, which was like a full trailer. What's your order them, please?
Can I remember them all? The most recent one obviously being the best one.
Yeah.
Then the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Then the Time Heroes.
Yes, I would agree.
I think so. Time Heroes one was only really meant to be a teaser, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and it doesn't really have any proper footage.
Yeah.
Okay, the pilot then.
Mm-hmm.
The opening episode of Series 10 marks the introduction of new companion Bill Potts, played by Pearl Mackie. Matt Lucas will also guest star once again as Nardole. Stephanie Hyam will guest as Bill's friend Heather. Although some original details refer to the title as being A Star in Her Eye, which we know why due to the synopsis. However, later on the title was referred to and confirmed as The Pilot.
Okay.
This episode will see the inclusion of killer puddle monsters, as well as the appearance of the Daleks, using the announcement of Bill's clip, which is titled The Friend from the Future.
Killer puddle monsters are rubbish, don't they?
They do, yeah.
The name Killer Puddle Model. Oh, stop! Why can't I speak? Killer puddle monsters. They sound like the sleep monsters, don't they?
Sleep No More.
Or, as I like to call them, the sleep muddles. Sorry, carry on.
The episode is set to air on the 15th of April and will be the first episode from Capaldi's last season as the Doctor.
Yeah.
Rumours from the Series 10 teaser, so the first one at Christmas, hint that the Mavellians could return in a brief clip in the first episode, maybe making a cameo.
Yeah.
These had appeared in Destiny of the Daleks, however, this could be unlikely because nothing had been announced. Of course, there were rumours because they distinctly look exactly like Mavellians.
Yeah. It could well be just a very, very sort of glimpse of a view.
Yes.
I would imagine. I don't think they're going to play any major role. I think it's probably a bit of fan service.
Do you like this What We Know guide here?
Yeah, no, it's very good.
That
Yeah.
was made.
Yeah.
The pilot has been called a fresh start and a place to start for any new fans of the show, as you can join in with new companion Bill as well as the Doctor and Nardole. That's a picture from the trailer here of Bill in a strange place. Any thoughts on episode 1, the pilot?
I'm intrigued to see how long it is, because obviously meeting a new companion, is it going to be similar to the 11th Hour, where it gave us quite a long episode to get used to the new person?
Yeah. Next up, episode 2, which is to be confirmed, but we should have the title released this week.
Yeah.
Smile. Or 2BC, as we're calling it, but I'm going to say Smile because that's presumably the title. The second episode from In the Forest of the Night writer Frank Cottrell Boyce was filmed overseas in Spain, which executive producer Brian Minchin says will be serving as a futuristic city in the story. Set to feature killer robots that have emoji faces. They like to give hugs, then reduce their victims to skeletons. The episode guest stars Ralph Little as Steadfast, Mina Anwar as Good Thing, and Kaiser Atkar as Praiseworthy. Rumoured titles for the second episode include The Emoji Planet and Smile. The latter is very likely due to set reports. This is going to be one of the... I can see this is going to be an unpopular episode, or it's going to be one which pleasantly surprises people. I'm sure it'll be the first one. What are your thoughts?
I think it's clear to say that although an acclaimed writer, people weren't overly keen on his first entry into the Doctor Who stories within the Forest of the Night.
Because it was awful.
I don't mind it. I think it's alright. So,
it is quite bad.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And you prefer Love and Monsters.
Yeah. We shall see. The emoji monsters worry me, and the whole concept of a robot that hugs you then turns you into a skeleton doesn't really fill me with any great joy. I think they could do some good things with that sort of concept, similar to what you had in The Beast Below with the what we call it, smilers things. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't have particularly high hopes for this one, but
yeah.
I'm hoping I get proved wrong. I think it looks really good.
It does. It looks amazing. But
And I think what is quite clear as well is that the BBC have been promoting these emoji monsters for quite some time.
Yeah.
So they've obviously got high hopes for them.
Yeah. I bet there'll be a merchandise seller.
Yeah.
Typical episode 2, I'm supposing, because we have this thing where we think that episode 2s are either one set in the future or one set in the past, meeting a historical person.
Yeah.
And that's the case. Some sort of futuristic spaceship.
Yeah, and generally one of the weaker episodes in the series, aren't
Yeah, generally, yeah.
they? Yeah. Okay.
Episode 3?
Yep.
Another to be confirmed, but we're guessing Thin Ice as the title.
Okay.
The Doctor and Bill take a trip to the past in Sarah Dollard's second script, following Face the Raven. The Doctor, Bill and Nardole are taking a trip here to the Regency era. So this is rumoured to feature a snake monster that lives under the Thames. And you can see in this picture from the episode a sort of eye, which we saw in the trailer.
Okay.
Which presumably is the creature which lives under the Thames.
I bet you that's a very small part of the story.
Yeah, I'm guessing, because we know that probably the main threat of the episode is a villain, actually.
Right.
Who, in the trailer we see Capaldi's Doctor punching. So obviously he's going to do something despicable.
Yeah. Okay, sounds interesting. Got a lot of time for her after her first entry.
Yes.
Face the Raven was a really good story, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So yeah, looking forward for that one.
Episode 4, Haunted Hub or Knock Knock.
Okay.
So, veteran actor David Suchet leads the guest cast as the landlord in Who newcomer Mike Bartlett's debut story. Suchet has said he's not playing a Time Lord. Reportedly, we find out why our floorboards squeak. There are giant wood lice in there. Who is the strange stone-like figure we have seen revealed hiding behind walls in the Series 10 trailers? And very weird, isn't she, I'm going to say. 'Cause she looks like a she.
Yeah, there's... I sort of like the sound of this one. A bit the giant wood lice thing worries me a little bit, because that we find out why our floorboards creak. All of a sudden it sounds a little bit like what we've had before with the sleep dust monsters and Listen. And, I know sort of during Moffat's era we've had some fantastic use of everyday things that suddenly now we need to be fearful of. But if we keep getting these, sooner or later we'll be scared to get up out of bed in the morning.
I know. And we can't get out of our bed because there's going to be a hand under there.
Exactly, that's right. So I don't know. I'm a bit wary of that. Not a bit unsure about that one, but it looks good. I love the look of the monsters in it.
I hope it's called The Haunted Hub and not
Yeah.
Knock Knock. It's a
Yeah.
better title, Haunted
Yeah.
Hub. But I'm sure it will be Knock Knock, won't it? Because they always choose the worst title. Next, episode 5, Oxygen, or as it's rumoured.
Okay.
Episode 5 is written by Jamie Matheson, who wrote Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline and The Girl Who Died.
Okay.
The episode will be directed by Charles Palmer, who hasn't directed an episode since directing episodes in the 2007 series.
Okay. Which series was that?
The Martha ones. I know he did
Okay.
Human Nature, Family of Blood.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's hopeful.
Matheson described his episode as very, very scary, like seriously so. Let's go behind the sofa and just stay there until it's over scary.
Ooh.
It's got more shocks and tense scenes than anything I've ever written. It's also a taut thrill ride, a gag test, a pitch black sire, and for the first time I'm writing for Bill and Nardo.
I'm excited by the thought of this episode.
Yes,
Really, this is one of the ones that excites me most. I think.
it is. We don't know much about it yet.
No.
Blue Man scaling Bill. They're in spacesuits. Jamie Matheson's full script for the series.
Yeah, and you know he started off so well, Jamie Matheson. That I know that there was probably his venture last season wasn't as popular.
No.
The girl who weighed.
And
no,
wasn't
the girl
as
who-
great.
What was it called again? The girl who lived.
Died.
The girl who died. That's right. Yeah, it was a bit bitty, wasn't it? It had good bits about it, but could have been better. But
Yes.
I don't know. Certainly, the Mummy and Flatline were two of the best from that previous season.
Yes. Moving on then. Halfway point of the series is Extremists as a rumoured title. And that's Stephen Moffat's return
Okay.
to the show. And it's directed by Daniel Nettie.
Okay.
Michelle Gomez will return as Missy in Extremists for her third story, as confirmed in Dorm issue 509, presumably alongside the Truth Monks.
Okay.
Now announced as the first part in a 3-part story for Series 10, which may be more like a multi-part stories from Series 9.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, I just guessed that and
Oh,
that's
okay.
not in
Yeah,
your guide,
yeah. Okay.
because it's specially written by me.
Yeah. Okay.
Any thoughts?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Missy coming back. I like Missy.
Yeah, she's back numerous times this series.
Yeah, I've still got this sort of feeling that I'd like to see Missy's demise during this season.
Yes, me too.
And then I would like to not see the Master again, probably for another incarnation of the Doctor.
Yes.
And then at some point, whether it's still Missy or the Master, to come back with a different face.
I think maybe we should have the Master back in, if Chris Chibnall does a second Doctor.
Yeah.
Because usually the showrunners do it as a second Doctor.
Yeah.
Having meet in New Who.
Yeah. Okay.
Episode 7 is, we haven't got a rumour title, but it's written by Peter Harness, who wrote the Zygon Invasion and Zygon Inversion, as well as Kill the Moon
Yep.
the year before.
And we like those. We like all of them.
Yes. And it's directed by Daniel Netium, who also directed the Zygon 2-parter.
Okay.
The episode was filmed in Tenerife, which was the location of filming for such locations as Gallifrey, Skaro and the Moon in previous series.
Okay.
It is the second part of the 3-part story of Series 10, which begins with Extremis.
Right. Again, very limited amount that we know on it, isn't it?
Yes, there is.
I think we've got to give, again, he's a good writer.
Yes.
Wrote some really good stuff. Certainly Zygons, in particular, was very good.
Brilliant episode.
Very good story, wasn't that? Really great dialogue and everything. Really looking forward for these monks.
Yeah. I mean...
I'm intrigued to see how they've done a story that crosses over
Yes.
3 different writers.
We have got the monk's major appearance.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of them here. That we're viewing now.
Yeah.
Episode 8 is written by Toby Whitehouse, who wrote Under the Lake and Before the Flood.
Yeah, another good writer.
Yes. Directed by Wayne Yip, who
Yeah.
directed episode 6 and 7 of Class.
Okay. And the direction in Class,
Yes.
I know a lot of people didn't necessarily like the episodes, but it looked really good, didn't it?
He directed Detained, the one in the classroom, and the Metaphysical Engine, or
Okay,
Quoted,
yeah,
which
yeah.
was that one, but the latter was amazingly
Yeah.
directed. So.
No, that's right.
Set to feature creatures named the Truth Monks, who look like they will be linked to the story arc of the upcoming series, and is the final part of the 3-parter, which takes place in the middle of the series.
Okay. Okay. Interested about these Truth Monks. Looking forward to seeing what the arc is. Hope it's a better arc than we had last time.
Yes.
Don't want another rubbish one about hybrids.
No, that was
Please,
terrible.
Stephen.
That was awful. Sorry, Stephen.
Yeah.
Next up, episode 9, one of our most anticipated episodes, the Ice Warrior episode.
Yeah.
It's written by Mark Gatiss, who wrote many episodes, including Robot Sherwood and Sleep No More, and directed by Wayne Yip. Again. And it will see the return of the Ice Warriors, who made their first appearance in the revived series in Cold War. Rumoured to see a new kind of ice, set to see a new kind of Ice Warrior, which we see in the new Series 10 teaser. This is likely to be an Ice Queen or Ice Lord of some form.
Yeah, I like the look of the one in the trailer.
Yes. Obviously, we had some new information on the episode, which we talked on in the news, and we won't touch on that again.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No, I'm looking forward for this. I'm hoping it'll be a return to form for Mark Gatiss.
Yeah,
He's undoubtedly
hopefully.
a good writer.
He is, yeah. He's done some good ones.
I just fingers crossed for it, really.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be better than Sleep No More.
Yeah, and I really like the Ice Warriors. They're one of my favourite longer running villains. And I thought actually, Cold War is by no means perfect, but actually it was quite a good return for the Ice Warriors, I thought. And certainly the character of what's his name?
Skeldak.
Skeldak, he was a really good character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Moving on then, episode 10, The Eaters of Light, which has been confirmed.
Great name as well.
Yes, it is. Classic series writer Ronan Monroe returns. He previously wrote the 1989 Seventh Doctor episode Survival. This episode is said to be haunting. The episode is likely to be a historical episode featuring Roman soldiers spotted on set. Originally the 9th episode in the series, The Eaters of Light was moved to the 10th episode and replaced by the Ice Warrior episode.
I wonder why they've done that. Presumably it must have something to do with a story arc or something.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Really intrigued to see. I mean, I don't really remember Survivor. I've not watched it all the way through like you, but I love the idea of a classic writer writing for New Who.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see more of that in the future.
Yeah, so another one of the ones that I'm looking for the most. And actually, when you think about it, we actually haven't had a significant number of Roman stories, have we?
We haven't, no.
So
Great to see that. We have had the Romans with Emperor Nero.
Yeah.
But the heart
we saw a little bit of Romans, well, Auton Romans, didn't we, in the Pandorica, but yeah, that'd be a good time period to explore further.
Yeah. Moving on then, the epic 2-part finale.
Yep.
Episodes 11 and 12. The 2-part series finale is written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Rachel Tallahay, who is one of the best directors in Doctor Who history, I would say.
Definitely.
Directed the last 2 season finales, Darkwater Death in Heaven and Heaven Sent Hellbent.
And I definitely think, some people may not have liked Hellbent, but it looked fantastic.
It looked amazing.
Didn't it? I mean, I can sort of understand why people didn't like it. I did enjoy it myself.
Gallifrey looks stunning even though
Yeah.
it's underused.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, who's here? So, what else do we know about this story?
Well, it sees the return of the Mondasian Cybermen.
Wow.
The original Cybermen who appeared in the first story of the Cybermen, the 10th planet. The Mondasian Cybermen are a welcome addition to Dr. Peter Capaldi, who these monsters are his favourite ones. Brilliant to see them back. They look amazing.
They do, don't they? It looks really good. I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably the episode I'm most looking forward to.
Me too, yeah, it looks amazing.
But that's mostly down to the
Mondasians.
Mondasian Cybermen and obviously Rachel Tallahay.
It also sees the return of Missy once again.
Yeah.
So, obviously she was linked to the Cybermen in her first story, Darkwater, Death and Heaven.
Yeah.
So, interesting to see how she's linked this time, whether she's helping the Doctor against the Cybermen or helping the Cybermen.
Do you know, I think in a way, and I'm not meaning to be too moany, but I would rather in a way that Missy wasn't in this one, this was just the Cybermen, and then we meet Missy again in the big finale for the Christmas special.
Yeah.
And have her involved in some way or other
Yes.
with the Doctor's regeneration.
Yeah. This episode is likely to see the demise of Paul McKee as Bill and Matt Lucas as Nardole, although nothing is confirmed whether they will appear in the Christmas special or the 2018 series, which I believe at least Nardole will not be in the 2018 series.
So, do we know any of this for a fact, or is this you just make? We're not making it up. You guessing
What?
that we're not going to see Nardole after this year, and Paul McKee's going to? You use the word demise as if you think they will die.
No, I mean not demise. Farewell.
Yeah, and you firmly believe that for both of them, do you?
I don't believe they'll die. I
Yeah.
just believe they'll. I mean, I think Bill will die. I think they'll kill off Bill because of the trailer foreshadowing. But
Yeah.
I don't think Nardole will die.
Yeah.
Should I touch on the Christmas special?
Yeah,
or-
have a quick one on the Christmas special.
Stephen Moffat's first ever episode as Doctor Who showrunner. Moffat said he believes he will not be writing the 12 Doctor's exit, though Capaldi's future has not been officially confirmed beyond Series 10. Oh no, this is right now. Moffat said the departure of a showrunner doesn't mean anything to the audience. Most of the audience doesn't know that I exist, so they'd go blank if I attempted to wave goodbye to them. Oh, the embarrassment that would be. So I'm damned if I'm imposing my departure on the show. And I just want to do a good one before I hand over to Chris Chibnall. Peter Capaldi will also be leaving as the role of the Doctor in the 2017 Christmas special. It's believed that there will be a clean slate approach to the new series written by Chris Chibnall, which is expected to air in the autumn of 2018. Capaldi announced recently that he would be leaving the show in the Christmas special after 3 series in the role. Moffat promises that his final story for the show shall be an unmissable piece of event television. It will air on Monday the 25th of December 2017, so that is possibly the most important thing that's happening in 2017.
Yeah.
Seeing the farewell of both Moffat and Capaldi.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But also, can we talk very quickly to end this off? The episode you're looking forward to the most, the episode you're looking forward to the least.
Okay, episode. I'll start with the least first of all. Probably the emoji
I
monsters.
definitely agree with that.
Just because it's got potential to be stupid, but hopefully it won't be. What I'm looking forward for the most is probably a toss-up between 3, really, if I'm allowed to say that, which would be Jamie Matheson's one, because I like the idea of it being scary and I like his writing. The return of the classic series writer, but that's probably more so based on the fact of a classic series writer returning rather than the writer for it.
Yeah.
And then finally the return of the Mondasian Cybermen.
I'm looking forward to 3 as well. I'm looking forward to the pilot.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Regency era episode, and I'm also looking forward to the finale.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Brilliant.
Yes.
Well, okay. What have we got as part of the lead up to the series starting in a couple of weeks? What other articles we got?
We'll reveal it at the end.
Okay.
Or should we?
You don't want to give anyone a teaser now.
No.
Okay. Reveal it at the end then.
Yeah, reveal it at the end. Keep people tuned in. But it's not an article to miss next, as our classic review is this week the Doctor Who and the Silurians. So, coming up later on, our final randomizer of the until the 8th of July or whatever that's going to be. But now we've got our review of the classic John Pertwee story, Doctor Who and the Silurians. We did our first part of our review last week, where we touched on briefly episodes 1 to 4. So now we're doing the story as a whole with scores, Twitter polls, and our overall thoughts on the story.
Okay. Shall I, as usual, give a bit of a background
fire
to
away
it?
with the synopsis.
Okay, so apologies for those people that listened last week, because I'm going to give a very similar synopsis to what I did then, I would imagine. Basically, what we've got is a experimental nuclear power research centre that's just been built into a network of caves in Wenley Moor. And there's this strange, mysterious power drain that keeps going on, and no one knows why that is, so they call a unit. They're also finding that various members of their staff are suffering from mental breakdowns. So, as UNIT currently has as its chief scientist, Third Doctor John Pertwee and his companion Liz, they turn up to actually investigate the problems that are going on. One of the things they discover is that they discover the body of a worker who's found dead with a big claw mark on his body, and basically the guy, the sort of like companion of that worker, has gone completely bonkers. He's started to think that he's back in the caveman sort of area, painting sort of cave type things. So what we've got is the director of the power plant, who is really concerned about UNIT's involvement, and that sort of continues throughout the whole of the story, really. But there definitely seems to be some sort of issue of sabotage, and the Doctor soon discovers that the logs for the nuclear reactor's operation have actually been tampered with. The Doctor makes his way into the caves himself, and we see this dinosaur-like creature that starts to attack them, but is then called off by this strange whistling sound, this very highly annoying whistling sound, actually, that we hear at numerous occasions throughout the 7 parts of the story. What they discover is that there's sort of samples from the blood at one of the creatures that have been fired at, and they discover there's very great similarities with reptiles, and it turns out that there's a reason for that. It's because it is a reptile. It's what we now quite commonly within the Who universe know as the Silurians, which were a race of reptile type creatures that lived on the Earth a long time before us humans did. They hibernated for a period of time and are basically using the power of the nuclear reactor to bring this species back to life, basically, haven't they? To pull them out of hibernation. And there's a dilemma, really, between various factions within the Silurians as to whether or not they go along with the Doctor's idea of living in peace and harmony with the humans, or the apes as they like to refer to them as, by living in the sort of the non-inhabitable areas of the world, and with the humans living in the habitable bits, on the basis of the fact that the reptiles can survive in far greater heat than we can. But as always with these things, it's not quite as simple as that, because not all factions of the Silurians agree, and some of them are intent on killing off the human race. One of the ways that they do that is through the infection of the race through some sort of super virus. I think that's probably enough for me to talk about.
Yes.
What do you make of the episode?
Brilliant. It's a pure classic, is it not?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's possibly it's. We've got to place it, didn't we? But
oh yeah, we haven't placed it, have we? Yeah, we'll do that.
It will be very high on my charts. I'll say that. But it's very good. It's more. It's not all about the Silurians, really. It's more about the dilemmas that the humans face in order to sort of recover and deal with the effect that the Silurians have.
Yeah, definitely. I think very, very, very big spoiler alert
Yes,
here.
do
so
not listen here.
If you don't want the episode to be spoiled, turn off
Yes,
right
there's
now.
some strong
But
spoilers.
I think it's fair to say that the ending of this story is brilliant.
It is, yeah. I mean, should we say what it is?
Yeah, do you want to explain what happens?
So the Brigadier destroys the Silurian base.
Yeah, and the Doctor's really devastated by this, isn't he? Because he was trying to form an alliance between the human race and the Silurians. He was intending on actually bringing them all out of hibernation so that the human race can work together with Silurians at developing sort of technology further and things like that. In typical human way, whether it's the Brigadier or probably, to be fair, it's probably not the Brigadier, it's probably higher up the chain, but the human race is scared about it. They're scared about some of the things that the Silurians have done.
Yes.
Think they might happen
virus.
again, and therefore they just try and destroy them.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. So general feelings then. What do you make of the Silurians themselves?
I love the Silurians. They're one
Yeah.
of the Doctor's most iconic monsters, I would say.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's what is quite noticeable, and I think we might have touched on this in the review last week.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of similarities between this story, Doctor Who and the Silurians, and the return of the Silurians that we saw in Matt Smith's era.
There's a hell of a lot of
I
similarities.
mean, in fact, the basic concept of the story is the same, isn't it?
It's basically just a copy, yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit, which is quite odd. What's the interesting thing about the story as well, though, is it's in quite noticeable chunks, isn't it? So you've got the first bit where they're trying. It takes. Is it end of episode 3 when the Silurians first come into it? Or was it end of episode 2?
It's end of episode 3.
Yeah, so it takes a long time, doesn't it? There's quite a big build up to it.
Yeah, when we first see them properly, although we have a view of them and their hands and their voice.
You see a lot from the eyes of the Silurian, don't you? There's
Yes.
one moment where one of the Silurians is trying to run for safety. It's quite clear that they're not that evil a race. There may be some within them, as there are with any race really, but most of them are fine. The one that's actually out and about is trying not to kill people, really, isn't it? Unless he's attacked, he sort of kills people through self-defence, and that's it.
Yes, he is.
So where was I going? There was something in particular I was going to say about this. I forgot what it was now. Yeah, so you've got that chunk there.
Yes.
You've then got the chunk later towards the end of the story when they introduce this sort of big super virus.
Part 5.
Yeah, and I really love that bit. That's probably my favourite
that
episode
is
in the whole.
when they're going across when the Masters is like infecting everyone. That's possibly the best scene in the episode.
Yeah, no, I really, really like that part. I think it's probably my favourite bit. So let's go to our usual little question that we pose out. Doctor Who and the Silurians, too good, too bad.
Okay.
So you've got to think of 2 good things about it, 2 bad things about it.
Yes. I would say good thing, the Silurians as a whole, I think, not as the episode, but I mean the monsters.
Yeah.
They are a brilliant idea for monsters and very different than other iconic monsters such as the Daleks and the Cybermen. They're very iconic and they look the best here, although they are quite rubbery. So design of them and idea of them are brilliant.
Yeah, I think my good will be probably just the moral dilemmas that it poses. Really, I think in particular that end sequence is really, really powerful.
Yes.
So there's a number of occasions during the story where you think, well, actually, if we were given the choice here, what would the human race do? And it's something which is discussed in numerous episodes of Doctor Who.
Kill the moon and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously the complete replica that is Hungry Earth.
Homo rep.
Yeah.
Tilia.
So, if these are the 2 good, what are the 2 bad?
Not much bad about this story. I can't think of one. It's quite hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite difficult. I'd say the pace could be slightly better.
Slightly faster.
I'm not 100% sure. I really like.
Oh yeah, no, sorry,
I really like slow episodes, but I'm not 100% sure that it needs to be 7 parts. Could potentially have been squeezed into 6 parts.
Potentially, but it was the format of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my bad would probably be that it's very
formatting.
slightly too long. But
Yeah, formatting.
That's really struggling. What about you? Have you got a bad?
Well, there's quite a lot of good things in it. They do spend quite a lot of time having the Silurians chat to each other and everything, and other characters that aren't the Doctor and Liz and Brigadier and Unit and people like that chatting to each other.
Yeah.
And it wastes time a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not really that bad, but
I'll tell you what, I really love the episodes with the Brigadier and Unit in, and I've really grown very fond of Liz as a companion.
She's very good.
When we did it goes back a number of years ago, and perhaps we should re-explore this at some point or other, but we did an episode as one of our features quite early on in the podcast, I think, around our favourite companions from top to bottom.
The week after we did that, or a couple of weeks after we did that, we watched Inferno, and you hadn't watched the Liz episode.
Okay. And I think I'm pretty sure that I had her really low down because I just thought, I don't know, it's very unfair of me to judge her, but I just didn't think she was going to be very good, so I gave her a poor mark. Yeah. But actually, she's brilliant. I really like it.
She's very strong.
Yeah, very strong. She stands up for herself. There's a point in this one where she's arguing with the Brigadier.
Yes, quite a few points actually.
Yeah. So I'm very, very fond of Liz. She's quite high up in my all-time top companions.
Yes,
schedule.
She's probably in the top half.
And it's definitely fair to say that this is one of the strongest parts, or one of the strongest eras of Doctor Who.
It is. The John Pertwee era is my favourite era of Doctor Who, episode-wise.
So, anything else to add on Doctor Who and the Silurians other than definitely worth watching?
Well, Twitter polls we've got here.
Yeah, okay. What do people think on Twitter? You always give them the option of fantastic,
good, alright and terrible.
Okay.
So, terrible, 0%, so nobody thought it was terrible. 14% for alright, 50% for good, and 36% for fantastic. What did you vote for?
I voted fantastic.
I would vote for fantastic, but good's winning here. Good.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone, nobody hates the Silurians, so that's very good.
Other than the Brigadier.
Yeah.
Which is why you blew them all up.
Yeah.
Okay. General questions.
Monsters and villains.
Okay. What's my rating?
Out of 10.
Out of 10. It's the Silurians. I'm going to give them a 9.
The character development.
It's quite early on in John Pertwee's run, isn't it? I think. I'm not necessarily sure whether it's development as such. I've a 7.
Excitement.
There's some really exciting moments in it. I don't think it's really built on excitement. That's not one of its key factors. I'd say probably 8.
Pace.
Pace could be a bit faster, and I like slow things. I'll probably say about 7 for pace.
Yeah. And story.
Give it a 9 for story. I love the story.
So 40 out of 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And an overall score, you can give decimals here, out of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8.8.
Okay, I'm going to give it a solid 9.
Okay.
So, better than I thought, that one. Better than I remembered.
Really loved it. Really loved it. Yeah. Very good. And it's funny actually, because what I did notice with John Pertwee's Doctor, I really like John Pertwee's Doctor, albeit that I prefer the stories in the Doctor. It's not one of my favourite Doctors.
Yeah, no.
But what I did notice, he's quite rude to people at times, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Particularly Liz.
Yeah.
It's a hard time. But he's charming at other times.
He is, yeah.
Fine dandy that he is. So, does that bring us on then to the final section of the show?
It does, yeah. And that is our final randomizer before Series 10. So we've got like a 13-week gap or whatever this is.
Yeah, reason being that because we'll be reviewing the episodes from season 10, we won't have time to be reviewing old classics as well. So
yes.
So the randomizer will take a deserved break, I think.
Yes, it will, because it needs to refresh itself.
Well, I'm always a bit sad when we stop having the randomizer. It's always my favourite moment of the show.
We'll presumably be adding Series 9 will be soon. Do you want to or not?
I don't know, because I think we've already reviewed them and stuff like that. Probably not really.
Okay.
So, are we going to crash it today then?
Yes.
Okay, let's line up. So, for anyone that doesn't know, the randomizer is a big Excel spreadsheet with every episode of Doctor Who ever in it. We press the magic randomizer button, Ace, and it will randomly select an episode for us to watch together.
Please say it's a good one.
So, what are we going to get? Be it good or be it bad?
Oh.
So, this is going to be very funny because I said to Lewis earlier on, what episodes would you most like not to come up? And it selected...
In the Forest of the Bloody Night. I hate this episode. I really do. It's terrible.
So, well, what it will do is it will make you long for Series 10.
It will make me long for Frank Cottrell Boyce's episode.
It will, won't it? Yeah.
We'll have like 14 Capaldi episodes in a row. I was kind of hoping for a classic.
But that's the way that it goes. We're not going to cheat it.
Final
that's what
randomizer.
They select. The randomizer says we will watch In the Forest of the Night. So in the Forest of the Night, watch
we press
we
it again.
Shall. So what have we got on next week's show?
Well, it's episode 206, and we will be discussing in the return of 5 Yes and 5 No. We will be discussing 5 things we want from Series 10 and 5 things we don't want from Series 10. And
also, following the theme of things that we don't want, we'll be reviewing In the Forest of the Night.
We will have some exciting news, including an episode 2 synopsis and titles, new dorm, time released for first episode, all sorts of things like that.
And I think that'll be pretty much it, because there'll be no magic randomizer.
Yes.
So, excellent. How can people get hold of us?
They can get hold of us at drwhotime as in N space on Twitter.
Or if you want to come direct to me, you can. I'm Mark with a C, and that's Mark Freak Geek.
You can contact us at you can comment and watch at YouTube at Miss Lewis Moon.
And you can listen to the podcast as ever on Podomatic.
And the Doctor Podcast Alliance and iTunes.
Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dr. Cool.
And I'm Lewis Moon. We'll see you next time. Same time.
Same space.
Goodbye. Have a good week, guys.